All right, welcome back. It's back to the basics. I'm Sean Barr. Today we are talking about the 3 pillars of network management. Let's go! All right, we're back and we are talking about the foundation of network management. So there's really 3 areas that you need to focus on if you're going to be deploying a network management platform. The first is obviously monitoring, the second authentication, and the third is configuration backups and change management. So let's start with the first being monitoring. So as I'm starting to look at my network environment, I need to monitor it. Primarily, you're going to be leveraging SNMP, and most network devices allow SNMP polling. So you can poll these devices for CPU, memory, heat, packet loss, packets in, out of the box, those types of things. Almost every statistic on the router, switch, firewall, or network element device is pollable. That means it's retrievable through SNMP. So that's going to be your typical protocol that you're going to be monitoring with. And you're going to have a monitoring software that's going to go out and do that SNMP polling. It's going to store it in its database, and it's going to provide you some graphics around that monitoring. So that's graphs, utilization, memory, CPU, those types of things. It's going to graph all of that. Additionally, it's going to alert you when there's a problem. And so that's the first foundational pillar of network management, is monitoring and alerting. Authentication. So how are you going to log into these devices? And if your team is comprised of 4 or 5 people, you don't want to have shared logins. And if you have contractors or other people that need to access the network or access network devices to configure them, you want to be able to provide authentication for those individuals individually. And so we've done some videos talking about Radius and TACACS and those types of protocols. You would leverage that, some AAA type communication. We've done videos on AAA to log in, authenticate, authorize, and account for those logins. So you want to make sure your authentication platform is set on all your devices so that you can give someone an individual account, and then you can also take it away when they're done. So it gives you a scalable way to deploy access as well as know who's on those devices and what they're doing. The last thing, configuration backups and change management. Okay, so obviously you need to back up your configurations. You may not have thought about it though. So instead of just doing a show run and saving it to text files, it'd be great if a piece of software went out periodically and pulled those configurations. And a lot of times that goes hand in hand with your monitoring tool. So some monitoring tools have an integrated configuration management, CMDB, that will go out and pull that configuration. Additionally, you want to have change management. So that means if I look at one config that was saved on Monday and I look at the other config that was saved on Friday, if there's differences, I want the system to be able to tell me, and I also want the system to be able to identify what those differences are. And even better, if I knew who made those changes, I could go back to that person and say, hey, why did you make this change? What was going on? Or if you have an issue down the road and you're troubleshooting something, you can look at that change management to see, was there a change made recently that I should go maybe investigate? So that's it. Monitoring, authentication, configuration backups, and change management. If I said anything in this video that you're like, hey, I'd love to know more about that, leave a comment, like, subscribe, and we will see you on the next Back to the Basics. Thanks for watching.